Remember back in 2015 when Oklahoma Patrol Chief Rick Adams called the Oklahoma Highway Patrol one of the state's most trusted public institutions?
It's one of the state's most trusted public institutions. We have to be as open and be as transparent as possible, so that's why we're here talking today.
The fact is, I can't find anybody in any state that trusts any highway pirate patrol agency or agent. I mean, let me know in the comments. Maybe we should take a poll. Do you know anybody who trusts any highway patrolman? Do you see them as anything other than highwaymen who work exclusively to generate revenue for an already bloated state? On this day back in 2015, just like we're about to see here in 2024, Oklahoma Patrol Chief Rick Adams was giving a press briefing on one of his trusted patrolmen who was found to have, well, let's just say, victimized 3 motorists during traffic stops.
The allegations that have been made against one of our members. This particular matter sickens us as an agency. I'll say that right up front. I'm going to confirm to you that this morning that OHP troopers placed Eric Roberts into custody, and they transported him to Tahlequah, to the Creek County Jail. The allegations, the strongest allegation of which is second-degree rape, that is within those allegations. Our investigators believe that they had credible evidence. Investigators called the officer to the Troop B headquarters in Tulsa without notice, without what the reason was he was being called there. He arrived with his patrol unit, and at that point in time, our investigators took his vehicle into custody to be processed for evidence, and he was placed off. His gun, his badge, his commission card was all retrieved that afternoon. And then in the meantime, they discovered 2 other potential victims. They also discovered 3 other traffic stops where at least there's question about, but apparently no assault of any kind have occurred. In all these stops, Trooper Roberts turned off his camera and his mic during the course of the traffic stop, which was something of a very serious concern to us.
Now, you might be thinking, I bet the trooper was innocent of all these charges. What ended up happening?
The former OHB trooper sentenced to prison for more than 8 years.
Eric Roberts pleaded guilty today to 2 felonies and a misdemeanor.
Former OHP trooper Eric Roberts didn't say anything as Creek County deputies escorted him from the courthouse. Aside from speaking to the judge, he didn't have much to say in the courthouse either.
He was a super officer.
But his father did.
He was a super officer.
He was a super trooper. Here's the problem, Dad. Super people don't take advantage of their positions and the powerlessness of others in an attempt to have their way with them.
Eric Roberts' dad says it's hard seeing his son being taken away in cuffs, but it's a decision he says the family had to make.
And just drug on and drug on. We didn't have the money to go to a trial.
He went on to suggest that when other officers participate in similar lewd activities, it's swept under the rug.
Yeah, he got caught doing something that many officers have done. He got caught doing something that many officers have done.
Wait, many officers? How many? And who are they? Is Dad trying to justify his son's actions by engaging in whataboutisms? What about the other troopers? They do it and get away with it all the time. Oh, like who, Dad? How many troopers are on the force having their way with other victims? Sounds like we might have a systemic problem within that profession. Don't get me wrong, I feel sorry for this dad, because his son brought some serious shame to the family. But what do you expect people to do when they gravitate toward power?
I think the women that accused him was just after money, notoriety, whatever.
Roberts' attorney says Roberts admitted to having sexual encounters with the women but said it was consensual. He did, however, plead guilty to 2 felonies, sexual battery and soliciting an act of lewdness, and 1 embezzlement misdemeanor for not writing tickets.
Eric has always maintained his innocence as it relates to rape by instrumentation. sodomy and forcible sodomy and some of those things, and the state dismissed those.
Now keep this Harvey Weinstein defense attorney in mind, because he's defending yet another Oklahoma trooper today in 2024 on the same charges.
Because those were dismissed, Roberts won't have to register as a sex offender.
State and the district attorney and I, we work pretty hard on trying to hammer this out, what's good for everybody.
What's good for everybody?
Well, Gary, what's good for everybody is that your trooper client goes to jail forever so he doesn't victimize anybody else. Now, before we leave this Eric Roberts case, and remember, he got 8 years back in December of 2016, I found this to be a little startling. Here's a post from the Oklahoma Highway Patrol Facebook page thanking a trooper named Eric Roberts, badge number 526. Now, the date of this post is July 25th, 2023. Just 6.5 years after Trooper Eric Roberts was sentenced to jail. Is this just a coincidence? Is this another Eric Roberts? Or is it the same one? Now let's leave 2015 behind. I'm sure things are way better today in 2024 within the ranks of Oklahoma's most trusted institution. Aren't they better?
An Oklahoma Highway Patrol trooper is on administrative leave after being accused of sex crimes during a traffic stop. 52-year-old Jackie Reinhardt is charged with sexual battery and forcible sodomy. He's a 25-year veteran of OHP.
Wait, what? This guy Jackie Reinhardt has been with the Oklahoma Highway Patrol for 25 years? A quarter of a century? That means he was in the department at the exact same time as convicted felon former trooper Eric Roberts. And based on what Roberts' dad said back in 2015,
he went on to suggest that when other officers participate in similar lewd activities, it's swept under the rug.
He got caught doing something that many officers have done.
Wait, Eric Roberts' dad is saying that officers participate in these same kind of lewd activities that his son was engaged in? Was Jackie Reinhardt one of those people you might have been thinking about, Mr. Roberts? Anyway, back to Reinhardt's case.
They say they discovered the incident on March 13th after a routine check of Reinhardt's DashCam video. Authorities say Reinhardt made a traffic stop on March 7th on I-44 near Big Cabin. The female driver told investigators she did everything Reinhardt told her to do because he's an officer and had a gun. OHP officials say his interaction with the driver, some of which was captured on video, was highly questionable. Reinhardt was booked into the Craig County Jail and then released on $50,000 bond.
Jackie Lee Reinhardt, terminated from the Oklahoma Highway Patrol and charged by the Craig County District Attorney with forcible sodomy and sexual battery. The charges come from a traffic stop in early March off the Will Rogers Turnpike where he pulled over a semi-truck for speeding. An investigation by the OHP was after a routine check on dashcam videos. I picked up the 4-page affidavit today from the Craig County Courthouse. The affidavit references 3 interactions between Reinhardt and the victim, a 58-year-old Hispanic female who could only speak broken English. Court records say during the first interaction, the victim witnessed Reinhardt making non-verbal gestures, wanting her and him to go into the sleeper of the semi, and she began to fear for her safety. In the second interaction, the affidavit says Reinhardt began rubbing himself on her and kissed her.
I just have to interject here. I don't care what state you drive in or drive through, you will never regret having a dash cam that is constantly recording. Preferably a 3-channel dash cam that faces front, rear, and records the cab. Otherwise, it's your word against psychopathic badge sickos. If you want to see one that I did a lot of research on and decided was the best for me, check out the link in the description.
Records say he then moved his vehicle to where the dashcam couldn't see the semi's cab. It says that's when he went back to the victim, forcing her to perform a act.
And that's why it should be punishable with mandatory loss of job, liquidation of assets, and jail time if cops ever turn off their cameras or obstruct the video or audio.
Reinhardt says he's innocent. After his hearing today, I spoke with his attorney, who says that Reinhardt has cooperated with the legal process and that there is no direct evidence for these charges against him.
Hey, it's Harvey. I mean, Gary. The same guy who defended felon Eric Roberts, former trooper Eric Roberts. Let's hear what he has to say.
Obviously, dispute the charges very heavily. We will vigorously defend it. I mean, this is a defendable case. The evidence was purely circumstantial, and that's what it is. There's nothing of direct evidence. Jack's a 25-year state trooper. I mean, this is not a first-year guy. This is a guy that has been assigned to Northeast Oklahoma, worked that turnpike for 25 years.
Yeah, he's been an Oklahoma highway pirate for a quarter of a century. There's no way Jack's been involved in victimizing anybody else. If he did, we'd have body cam evidence of that. And we don't. So obviously, he's innocent. At this point, I believe this guy as much as I believe his brother Harvey.
Department of Public Safety Commissioner Tim Tipton released a statement saying, quote, Reinhardt's actions are not in keeping with OHP's core values of honesty, loyalty, integrity, respect, self-discipline, and professionalism. He continues saying, quote, Reinhardt's behavior is deplorable and has no place within the organization. Now, Reinhardt will have to return to the Craig County Courthouse where he will have his next hearing. That is July 26th at 9 a.m.
Got caught doing something that many officers have done.
My question is, how many more who wear the uniform, not only in Oklahoma, but in every state, know that there are some bad things going on in their department, but they remain silent about it? If you like these commentary videos, maybe you'll like some of my others. Check out my channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, grab a shirt, become a channel member, but more importantly, always record the police. You will never regret recording them. Know what your rights are and stand on them. If you don't exercise those rights, there are troopers out there who want to take those rights away. I'll see you in the next video.